Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us this lovely spring morning for our Maximise Your Membership event. I'm Elaine Roger, and along with my membership team colleague, Robert Menzies, we'll be hosting this event, giving you a whistle-stop tour of the many benefits of being a member of Glasgow Chamber of Commerce. Glasgow Chamber was founded in 1783 when the merchants of the city realised that if they joined together, they had a stronger, more resolute voice in trading internationally. Fast forward 238 years, and we are still doing the same thing, bringing businesses together to connect, grow, and be heard. As the voice of business in the city, we support our members and champion Glasgow.
Thanks, Elaine, and I can't believe you've been at the Chamber since 1783.
Almost that long.
I'm Robert Menzies. I'm part of the membership team, so thanks for taking the time out to invest in your business through our membership. We appreciate this greatly. We have a lot to get through this morning, but we will be sharing the details of what you'll hear today in a follow-up email, and also we're recording the session as well, so don't panic if you miss anything. And we do encourage you to share all that you've learned with your colleagues as well. And our first kind of tip is to remember that the membership is for the entire organisation, so it's not down to one individual. Anyone within the company can use the benefits that you'll hear, and it's a good way to kind of spread that message amongst the company. And also, it's important to register on the portal as well, and you can sign up for their communications, and you'll get to hear about the latest news and events and training and etc. And some of the work that Stuart's doing on policy level as well through our email comms. There's also an opportunity at the end for Q&A, so please put your questions in the chat function, and you'll get to ask them to the speakers, or we'll present them to the speakers and get you some answers on some of your questions. I'm conscious that I'm asking people to be 2 minutes, so I'm worried in case I'm running over. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first speaker today, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce Stuart Patrick, who's our Chief Exec. Over to you, Stuart.
Hi there, thanks Robert, and good morning everyone. And it's great that so many of you have taken time to explore just what you can get out of membership from the Chamber of Commerce. Over this last year, as you can imagine, it has been, well, let's just say we've wondered what would happen. How many folks would take the Chamber of Commerce as an important part of their strategies for maintaining their businesses in the height of a crisis? And we've been greatly cheered by the fact that quite often in a crisis, it is an organisation like a Chamber of Commerce that can help. I have never lobbied so many politicians in my life as I have done in the last year, and I'm doing it on your behalf, because all we are interested in is what your concerns have been and what your hopes and aspirations for the future are. And I'll pick out from Elaine's comments the mission statement that we have as a Chamber of Commerce, to support your businesses to grow as our members, and to champion Glasgow as a place to do business. And it's only through an interaction that we have with you as members that we're able to do either of those. So I'm delighted that you're taking the time to this morning to get in amongst the roots of all that we do and get a sense of the opportunities that you have. So please enjoy this morning. Please feel free to always to be in touch with us directly with me at any point. If you just drop me a note, if there's any issues in the back of your mind that you're particularly keen to explore, feel free to contact me. My details are, I'm sure, will be in the email that Robert sends round afterwards. In the meantime, I shall say enjoy the morning and leave you to it. Thanks very much. Back to you, Robert.
Great. Thank you very much indeed, Stuart. Thank you for joining us. Right, we're now going to go over to my colleague, Alan Busby, who looks after all of our events and professional development. So, Alan, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Elaine, and good morning, everyone. Elaine's done a great job introducing me. My name's Alan, and I'm the Events and Professional Development Manager here at the Chamber. And my role is to support the entire Chamber team to organise all the events and training opportunities that the Chamber offers each of you. Annually, we offer over 100 events to our members, and they're designed to help and support our members to grow, develop, be inspired, and to maximise all the opportunities available to them. During the last year, we've obviously had to move to deliver all our events online. And actually, in the last year, we've delivered nearly 200 webinars for our membership. And we've covered loads of topics to help your business during these challenging and changing times. And we've shared some examples of good practice in exploring ways to ensure your compliance for your business during these ever-changing times as we're going ahead at the moment. As we're hopefully going to be moving to a hybrid event delivery model in the coming months, you will see that our webinars are going to continue, and they're going to support businesses with return to, I want to say normal life, but I don't think that's quite the right, but to support businesses as they begin to move back to normal operations. And hopefully a wee bit later in the year, you'll see the return of our face-to-face events. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what to expect from us over the next few months. One of the sort of chamber staple products is speed networking, and I'm delighted to say that we're organising a virtual speed networking event on the 19th of May. At that event, you get a chance to share a 90-second elevator pitch with a group of 10 people who are drawn from all different sectors and types of businesses. And when we do a face-to-face one, you're normally having lunch while you're doing this. So we then have we switch it up and we get everyone to move rooms, and you get the chance to do it again with the second room. So with the virtual, unfortunately, we're not able to offer you lunch, although you're very welcome to have your lunch while we're having the event, but I do hope you'll join us and come along to that. We also offer a whole host of breakfast briefings on topics to help your business grow and develop, and you'll see those continuing in the next over the coming year. And we've actually got one next week to help businesses understand. We're working with Waitmans to help businesses understand the sort of some of the employment law aspects of the beginning to the work from home model, or the new normal that many businesses are possibly looking at and to adopt as we move forward. One of our flagship events is Glasgow Talks, and we do one of these every month, and they're sponsored by the Clydesdale Bank and Adam Smith Business School. And it's our series of high-profile business leaders sharing their business story and reflecting on topics which relate to their expertise. Over the last year, we've had sessions with Malcolm Roughhead, who's the Chief Executive of Visit Scotland, Gillian Docherty of the Data Lab. Our last face-to-face Glasgow Talks was with Donald Martin, the editor of the Herald. But later this month, we're welcoming Michelle McGinty of the Glasgow City Council COP team on the 29th of April. We've got over 100 registered, and please do come along to it. It should be a good event, and it will tell you about some of the opportunities and how the city is preparing to host COP later in the year. In October, we're going to see the return of the Glasgow Business Awards, and we had to rest it last year as a result of the pandemic, but we're delighted to be bringing it back this year, where we call businesses together from around the city to celebrate business excellence and achievement. The awards have a wide array of categories, and they're free to enter, and it's a fantastic opportunity to showcase some of your achievements that your businesses have done throughout the year. You will see more of this in the coming weeks. We're launching at the beginning of May, so do keep an eye on your inboxes for that. And you may have also noticed last night, if you received the e-bulletin, that we've launched a chamber conference called Focus Forward, which is taking place next month, and I'm going to put some details in the chat for it. It's a new product which is designed to look at how businesses can make the most of COP, and how Glasgow's already leading the way as we look at how we address some of the climate change opportunities. So do take a look. I'll share the website with you, and I do hope you'll go on and book. It's free to attend, and I would love to see you there. I think some other events that you might want to watch out for it might be some of our training opportunities. We have a whole array of international trade training, which is there to develop businesses to understand how trade works. And obviously, as we went through the end of the EU transition period, for many businesses, there's lots of questions as to how to ensure the smooth flow of trade. So I will send you some more details on that as well. And obviously, as I mentioned, Glasgow is hosting COP this year in November. And there'll be a lot of events going on throughout this whole of this year and during COP to watch and showcase your business. So do keep an eye out for that, and I will keep you all informed. And what I would say is keep an eye on glasgowchamberofcommerce.com/events. It's updating all the time, and do come along to some of our events. Elaine, I'm going to hand back to you.
Thank you very much. It's actually Robert, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. No, that's fine.
Let's not worry. Well,
was
not
gonna
fight
say-
over you, Alan.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alan, if with the speed networking with no lunch, can people just buy lunch and then send you the receipt for it? Is that?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Thanks very much, Alan. Thanks for that. There's obviously so much going on in events and training, so definitely keep in touch there and what's going on. Next, we'll go to the marketing side of things. So I'll introduce my colleague Anne-Marie Hughes, who's our marketing and communications manager.
Hi there. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well on this bright, sunny morning. As Robert said, my name is Anne-Marie Hughes, and I am the marketing communications manager for the Chamber. And it's my role to make sure that you get the most out of promoting your company through your membership. So I'd like to take you through a few of the ways that you can do this using your Chamber membership. Firstly, please do send any press releases or good news stories into the marketing email address. And that is marketing@glasgowchamberofcommerce.com, so that we can share them on our website and also consider them for our social channels and email bulletins too. We have roughly about 47,000 followers on social media, with LinkedIn and Twitter being our strongest platforms. And we would encourage every member to make sure you follow those social media channels, because that lets you then hear about the latest events, a lot of which Alan has just gone through, as well as member and chamber news. You can also sign up to our mailing list, as Robert mentioned, via the member portal. And that means that you'll start receiving the regular chamber bulletins, as well as specific email communications on Circular Glasgow, DYW Glasgow, member benefits, international trade, and also the updates from our chief exec on policy issues as well. We also produce a quarterly magazine, which is called Glasgow Business. And in that, we publish articles about what's happening in and around Glasgow, and also a lot about the work that the Chamber is continuing to do. E-zine versions of this are available on our website in the news section. And in this publication, we also include a member news section. And going back to what I was mentioning about the press releases, we do use some of those in the publication. Due to space constraints, we can't use them all. So we can't absolutely guarantee publications, but we do use quite a considerable amount of the suitable press releases that we get in. Obviously, it all depends really on space we have and the types of news releases that we're getting in. But we look for roughly about 200 words plus a high-res image for that. So those could be things like awards won, investment, working with other companies, new contracts, along those kind of lines. So basically all good news stories. We also have advertising opportunities available in this publication as well, and also in the Chamber bulletins that go out on a weekly basis too. Finally, we have our YouTube channel, and I would say that members should really subscribe to that, because that gives you the access to all the Chamber webinars that you may have missed. And also we have an interview series called High Flyers that we do on that, which is very, very interesting. We have some really great people that we've interviewed through that. And I think that's probably my 2 minutes up, Robert. I don't want the hook to be coming on and pulling me off, so I'll finish there.
Thanks very much, Anne-Marie. Thanks for that. And as Anne-Marie said, in the portal where you can register and log in, there's also the members directory you have access to, which gives you a list of all of our current members with email addresses, main contacts for each organisation, and a description of what that company does. So it's useful to look in there, and you can message a fellow member as well, or you can, if there's particular companies you want to meet, then please let us know, and we can facilitate some email introductions. And also within the portal is the members offers section, where members can put different offers to each other. So you maybe have hotel discounts or an offer of a free audit of your website, just a kind of way of offering another member a service that you can maybe take them up on, which is quite useful. And you can also maybe highlight some of your own events and what you're doing as well.
Yeah, that's really good, Robert. And also remember, just make sure that the record on your directory is up to date, because quite often we'll get people asking for introductions to other businesses. So if your record's up to date, it makes it easier for other members to find you as well. So I mentioned at the beginning that we've been trading internationally since 1783, and to bring us up to date with where we are with this, I'd love to introduce my colleague Seren Portis, who is our International Trade Development Executive. So over to you, Seren.
Thanks, Elaine. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you all. As Elaine said, I'm Seren and I work on the international trade team at Glasgow Chamber. And international trade is an important part of the Chamber's work, and we are working to ensure that you as our members are fully supported in this area and that our Scottish businesses are able to grow and expand internationally. So one of the main areas in which we kind of offer support are the international trade missions, and all of these are happening virtually at the moment, but we do hope that in the coming months and the beginning of next year we'll be able to go back into physical missions and in person in the market. So really a trade mission focuses on either a specific city or a country, and it allows you as a business to join a cohort of around 10 to 12 Scottish businesses who are interested in that chosen market. And usually we'll focus on 2 to 3 sectors. So for example, in March, we had a mission to New York and we focused on fintech and sustainable fashion. And so during the mission, you will have the opportunity to join group sessions. And then the area that adds the most value is really the B2B meetings, where you can meet with individual companies in the market, and they might be potential partners or distributors. So that's one of the areas that we offer support. Another thing is that we have a really big international network of organisations, companies and individuals living abroad. And this might be through our British Chamber of Commerce Overseas Network, or we also have our 1783 Presidents Network, which is basically a network of global Glaswegians that are living abroad. And we also have partners like SDI and China British Business Council. So if there is a market that you're interested in, I'd probably say we do have connections there. So please do get in touch if that's something that you're interested in. And then finally, I just wanted to add that we also are working with Glasgow City Council, and we're suppliers for their internationalisation lot for their business growth programme. So if you're a business who's looking for international support, then I would definitely say that this programme is for you. You basically will be able to get up to 9 days of full support. So if you haven't heard of it before, just get in touch with me and I can send you over the details. It's also on Glasgow City Council's website, but I'd definitely say it's worth it. If there's anything else, if you have any queries for anything international, then do get in touch. Thanks, and back over to Elaine and Robert.
Thanks, Seren. That was great, and all the kind of virtual missions that's happening. My sympathies to you that all the missions like Barcelona, Milan, New York, Shanghai, you've had to do them all from your home rather than being in those amazing places. Thanks for that. And next we'll move on to the Certification Department and Custom Declarations. And I'd like to introduce my colleague Anne-Marie Quayle, who's our Senior International Customs and Certification Manager. Over to you, Anne-Marie.
Thank you, Robert. Good morning, everyone. As Robert said, my name is Anne-Marie Quayle and I'm the Senior International Customs and Certifications Manager. It's quite a mouthful, but it covers everything that we do. I work with a team of 7 executives, and as you've heard, the Chamber was founded in 1783 and its purpose was to develop the international trade. Bringing us up to date, we help approximately 300 businesses, giving them support, advice. We authorise documents, process export documents and import documents when required. We're working with large and small companies, from the large multinational whisky and manufacturing companies to the small companies with an entrepreneur working directly out of the garage or the kitchen. My team looks after certification, legalisation of the documents, and since Brexit, we've introduced a new service available for customs declarations. Within the customs declarations, we offer advice and we also offer training. We are working closely with HMRC with embassies and other chambers throughout the UK. And I would like to say, if you're interested in exporting or importing goods and you'd like some further information, just give us a call or give us an email. Robert and Elaine will provide you with the contact details. And I'd like to say thank you very much and hand back to Robert and Elaine.
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. That's great. I just wanted to pick up on something that Sarah mentioned when she talked about the international support that's available through the City Council's Glasgow Business Growth Programme. And yes, absolutely, we're doing the part of the internationalisation support for there. But also remember that this programme is available for everyone. And is providing support across lots of areas of business growth and development, including design thinking, leadership, innovation, financial management. So really useful to investigate that further, and we will include a link to that when we send you our follow-up email. Very worthwhile investigating that. Free support and access to specialist support and expertise. Thank you.
Yeah, and the Glasgow Chamber is proud that we have two projects that run out of the Chamber, which is DYW Glasgow and Circular Glasgow, who have been extremely busy working on so much things this year already. And I'll let the team go into that a bit more. And firstly, I'll go to Juliet, who works for DYW Glasgow and is the programme manager.
Hi everyone, welcome along this morning. It's really nice to meet all of you virtually. DYW Glasgow, better known as Developing Young Workforce, started in 2014, and the main aim is to grow links between education and industry and encourage growth in youth employment. It sits very well within the Chamber because it means we can also offer a service to help employers engage with young people and support them to do that effectively. Our service is free, and we look for creative opportunities to increase employability. So we'd love to hear what you have to offer. It can be challenging for young people making those choices, and you as an employer and an individual can raise their aspirations, give them a realistic sense of career choices. You can identify jobs with fulfilling careers that they may not have heard of because they don't have positive influences at home or ideas of what they would like to do. They can make good decisions about where to study and if to study, and they can also get your help to get on to continuing study. Now, the benefits to the employer, because you would engage and you engage in a number of ways, which I'll touch on in a minute, but the benefits to the employer is first and foremost, you've all had somebody in your life that you can look back on that made you think twice about what you wanted to do with your future. It could have been a teacher, it could have been an employer. In many cases, it is an employer that just lights that spark and gets you excited about something you want to do. And also, you have the chance to inspire young people and actually really change their lives. But it also has really good effects for the business and employers and their employees. It can increase staff morale because it's new blood. It's a chance to learn from young people. It addresses recruitment opportunities and it supports companies that may have an aging workforce, and it also attracts young talent and fresh ideas for your business. You can also engage with us, and it supports community benefits and corporate social responsibility needs. And we can talk to you in more detail about that. There are some companies that put in bids, and part of that they've requested on how they're going to do their community benefits. There's great staff development opportunities because staff who may not quite be ready for management, it gives them chance to nurture and support young people. And in the ways in which you can do this is you can get involved in mentoring projects, and it is as little or as much that you can afford time. We just look for your time, your passion and your enthusiasm to do it. And you can involve in work placements, inspiration activity where people come in to the school and talk about you as an employer. Your employees can do that, or you can do that at assemblies. You can run interview sessions, CV sessions, career talks about the sector, about your business, mock interviews, and also, most of all, hopefully, it can lead towards apprenticeships and jobs for young people. So if you need any more information from us, as Robert said, it will be in the notes at the end, and we'd love to talk to you. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Juliet. Loads of great information there. And now I'll pass on to my colleague, Jennifer McLeod, who is our Kickstart project manager, and she'll go through the kind of Kickstart scheme and what that's got to offer. Jennifer, it's over to you.
Morning everyone. So as Robert said, I'm Jennifer. I'm the project manager for the Kickstart scheme at the Chamber. So many of you have probably heard of the Kickstart scheme in social media and the news, but I'm here just to let you know how your business can benefit from taking part. So Kickstart offers employers the chance to create roles and receive funding for staffing for a 6-month work placement. Funding is available for 16 to 24-year-olds who are currently unemployed and in receipt of universal credit. They are fully funded placements, so you would receive funding for the salaries. So it's 25 hours per week. They also national minimum wage or living wage, depending on the age of the person. They also cover the cost of national insurance and auto enrolment contributions. On top of the salaries, there's also a £1,500 grant, so it's a one-off grant at the start of the placement. This is to cover any setup costs that a business may have, such as if you need to buy equipment, if you need to buy uniforms. But there's also part of that funding is to be used to train and develop the young person, helping them to become more employable, and so that after the placement, if you can't keep them on, that they're going to a positive destination. Glasgow Chamber offer a wraparound support service as part of that, that includes mentoring and industry-specific training. The way that Glasgow Chamber can help is we are an approved gateway organisation. We've already helped over 200 businesses secure funding and create over 500 placements so far. We already have about 100 young people already in placements that are going well. The way that we can help is we can help you, guide you through the process, the full process, from submitting applications to going through the recruitment process. We liaise with DWP for you, and we can help right through the placement, offering the wraparound support. Your chamber membership can help you through the Kickstart scheme, because you can take advantage of all the HR and legal advice that Quest offer, and this will help you when actually hiring new staff. The scheme is open for applications right through to December this year, so the 31st of December this year, with placements running through 2022. So there's still plenty of time to get involved. There's no cost involved in applying, and there's no cost to use Glasgow Chamber as a gateway. So please do get in touch if you want any more information. We can arrange a call or give you an application pack. So we look forward to hearing from you, and I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Very much, Jennifer. That was amazing. And I'll move on to our next speaker, who's Nikki Carroll, who's the programme manager, who's going to discuss Step Up Glasgow as well.
Thanks, Robert. Good morning, everyone. Jennifer's done quite a lot of my heavy lifting there, because Step Up Glasgow is run along similar lines to Kickstart. Step Up Glasgow was created as a response to Kickstart, because we identified that in Glasgow we've got a large cohort of young people who wouldn't be eligible for Kickstart for reasons that they're not eligible for universal credit. That could be because they had an opportunity that was affected during the pandemic, but they're now relying on familial support. So someone that's withdrawn from university, an apprenticeship that's fallen through, whatever it may be. But more specifically, we have a large cohort of young people who left school from winter 2019 up until the present, who have struggled to kind of move on to a positive destination. So we've created a programme that kind of mirrors the Kickstart. We also offer a 6-month fully subsidised placement. We have a built-in wraparound service, which again is based on the Kickstart model. So it's the same support from start to finish. There's no additional cost to that. That is built in as part of our kind of funding arrangements. We also have a £250 startup grant, which can be used for things like digital connectivity and inclusivity, as well as things like PPE, anything that's going to help a young person to kind of start and develop a job. There's some specific differences between Kickstart and Step Up. Step Up is specifically for businesses based in Glasgow and also for young people based in Glasgow. A couple of differences are that Step Up Glasgow can quite easily engage with sole traders. So sole traders, SMEs or large industry, it doesn't matter to us, we can engage with anyone. We also have a couple of limits. So at the moment we have 100 places. We've got expectation that we might be able to garner 100 more. That's under consideration at the moment. But again, we would do all of the administration. We would upload your vacancies onto a secure portal. That secure portal is only accessible by identified training providers that we have arranged to have a password to access. What happens is they have a large amount of young people that they will match the vacancies against. They'll do an initial sift and they'll send in suitable applicants to us. We'll do a secondary sift to make sure that we're getting the right people to the right employers. And then we would pass over to the employer, who would then just undertake their usual interview process and recruitment process. We would subsidise the wages 100% throughout the course of the 6 months, and that would be 1 month in arrears. That's kind of the main differences. We've got a full information pack that I'll be happy to share. I'll put our inbox address into the chat. But just to give you a bit of context, in a normal year, Glasgow has a leaver population in June of about 4,500. So if you add that up over the course of the pandemic, there's going to be a really large talent pool. But more importantly, and I think we found this especially with Kickstart, there's a really diverse talent pool. There's a lot of young people who wouldn't ordinarily be engaging in these types of programs, in these types of kind of, I don't know what the word would be, universal credit, for example, into that kind of system. So there's a lot of young people to choose from. The young people get support all the way through it, but the businesses also get the chance for growth. They get the chance for CPD for their staff, and they get the chance to really participate in getting Glasgow through this and kicking on with the recovery, which I think is very important to all of us as a city going forward. So I will drop the information into the chat function, and please do get in touch and we'll get back to you.
Thanks very much, Nikki. Thanks for that. Next, we'll move on to Circular Glasgow. So I'll pass you on to my colleague Cheryl McCulloch, who is the Senior Project Manager for Circular Glasgow.
Yeah, good morning everyone, and I hope you're all still with me. I've heard so much information already this morning that I'm sure that you're all taking copious notes, so I'll slightly change the conversation from the employability portfolio that the Chamber offer to tell you a bit more about the work that we do within Circular Glasgow. So we are really working with the business community to try and encourage businesses to look at how they can adopt more circular business models. Now, when I talk about circular economy and circular business models, what we are doing is trying to encourage businesses to consider how they design their products and services in a slightly different way. So at the moment, I suppose our kind of economic system, if we can go into economy or economics at this time in the morning, we make something, we use something, and we tend to dispose of it. So what we want to do is encourage businesses to look at their materials and their products and services, design things so that they're kept in as high a value for as long as possible. So that we design out waste, we design so that we reuse, we remanufacture, and we design things so that we can actually break the component parts down and manufacture something differently. So we work with the business community in Glasgow and the surrounding areas. As with many of the other chamber services, we are a programme that's able to engage with businesses at no cost. We work in partnership with partners alongside partners such as Zero Waste Scotland and Glasgow City Council. What we want to do is to really encourage businesses to actually think about how they use their products and services, look at where there may be opportunities to potentially save money, to make money, but actually to look at how they can use circular economy to actually help towards that net zero ambition that we know that the city has, and globally. We know that Glasgow's hosting COP26 this year, and this is a great opportunity for your business to really start to capitalise on some of the conversations and opportunities that COP coming to Glasgow can really afford. So we're really keen to work with business to help them take that first step, whether they've never considered carbon emissions, circular economy before, or whether actually they're doing some fantastic work and we can be shouting about it. So we're really keen to engage with businesses and talk to anyone more about what this whole concept around the circular economy is, but actually how we can support your business to try and take things forward. I know Juliet mentioned sort of the CSR aspects of a business, and actually this can be a really nice way to help support that as well. You know, we've worked with businesses ranging from partnering bakeries and breweries up to make beer from bread, right the way around to supporting construction companies and how they can actually embed circular design so that they design for deconstruction, they design for modular buildings so that you can break things up and move them to somewhere else. And right the way through to manufacturing and events as well. So there's a huge opportunity across all the different sectors, and we're really keen to work with businesses to try and encourage them to take that first step. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a snapshot, and I'm more than delighted to talk to anyone else after the call, and I can also share a link to our website, which has got loads of information and case studies and some brilliant Glasgow businesses doing some fantastic stuff and really punching above their weight. So I'll hand back to Robert and Elaine, but lovely to be here.
Thank you very much indeed, Cheryl. That's great. And obviously COP26, as you mentioned, a huge thing for Glasgow. And we do have a specific email address for all things COP26 related on our website. So that will be included in the follow-up email as well. So thanks again, Cheryl, and everyone from TYW and employment. So we go on. Now that you've met some of the Chamber team, in fact, quite a number of the Chamber team, it's my pleasure to introduce you to some of our other partners. Through British Chambers of Commerce, we have some long-standing affinity partners, and used correctly, any one of these offers can give you savings that will far outweigh your annual membership fee. So first off, I'd like to introduce Tom Salisbury from Moneycorp to tell us about Chamber Foreign Exchange. Over to you, Tom.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for having me on. As Elaine said, my name's Tom and I work for Moneycorp. For those that sort of don't know who we are or what we do, we are one of the largest and longest running foreign exchange brokers in the UK. So what we like to do is help businesses manage and mitigate currency risk. So as you say, we are partnered with the Chamber, the British Chamber, and subsequent lots of other chambers around the UK. So what we look to offer sort of members and what we can assist with going forward is things such as whether fee-free international payments, preferential rates of exchange, dedicated account managers, or our free health check, which is essentially where we can work with you in understanding what your current strategy on currency risk is, perhaps find alternate ways or things that we might be able to improve on. I guess in summary there, things we can help through Chamber FX. You can see immediate savings on things such as payments, international payments, and favourable rates of exchange. We can typically assist on more ways than things like a bank can. This is due to some of the advanced products that we have on offer, things such as hedging solutions. Basically, our Chamber FX offering is an extension of your finance team. If you like, it's there to be used and utilized. If anything, we look to take time off your desk, time and work off your desk. If you've been involved in any of the trade missions, if you're importing, exporting, or perhaps looking into these types of services, it's perhaps worth having a chat to understand the impacts of currency risk, what they are and how they can affect your business. I know sometimes they're overlooked until they're sort of on your doorstep and can be quite overwhelming if you don't know what they are and how to sort of manage it. So I guess that's where we come in terms of businesses and corporate requirements. As Robert says, anyone can use our services. So we also have a private extension, not just corporate. I know smaller side of things when holidays and people want to go back on holiday, you could be buying a property abroad. It's also something we can assist with. But that's pretty much it from me. Feel free to drop me a message. Happy to chat, answer any questions that might come along.
Great, thank you very much, Tom, and thanks for mentioning holidays. I think we've all forgotten what those look like, but hopefully soon. Yeah. Thanks again, thank you very much. So now I'd like to introduce Mitchell Patterson, who is our health and wellbeing consultant with Westfield Health. So over to you, Mitchell.
Thanks, Elaine. So for anybody who isn't aware of what Westfield are, We are a leading health cash plan provider and partner of the British Chamber of Commerce and Glasgow Chamber. We provide a range of options for businesses, from cash plans to mental health first aid training and even private health insurance. I'm sure you can imagine the mental health first aid training has been extremely popular over the past year. And I think even more so than ever, businesses are more aware of the impact of mental health and physical health in the workplace. At Westfield, we are dedicated to making a healthy difference to the quality of life of our customers and your employees. The health cash plans that we offer are very affordable, and our main aim is to look after your staff's physical and mental well-being by giving money back towards their everyday essential healthcare bills. We can help make your workplace a healthier and happier place to work. Our plans start from as little as 54 pence per month for a specialised employee assistance programme and £6.13 per month for a chamber health cash plan. The employee assistance programme is included in all of our health cash plans and can also be provided as a standalone product. The importance of an employee assistance line has been highlighted throughout the pandemic, and the employee assistance programme provides a safe space for employees should they ever need to use it. If anybody wants to find out any more about the benefits of bringing a health cash plan to your workforce and why more than 8,000 businesses work with us already across the UK, then feel free to give me a message or speak to someone within the chamber and they can pass your details along.
Thanks very much, Mitchell, for that. That was great. And next, Steve from Quest couldn't make it along today. So I'm going to just kind of briefly touch on, probably not as good as him, on what Quest does. So Quest offer HR, health and safety, legal and tax advice. So there's almost 800 free downloadable template documents that you can access through your Quest logins, which you should have from us. If you don't, then let us know and we can send them over to you. And there's also unlimited advice lines on those same topics that you can phone and ask for any advice and get that extra help. But let us know if there's any more you want to learn about the service. And again, if you don't have the logins for that, then please let us know and we can send it over and you can explore kind of what I've mentioned and see kind of more of the benefits as well.
Thanks, Robert. Yeah, and another benefit of membership, unfortunately, Esther Saho from the AA cannot attend today, but I hope you might be aware that the AA 3-year membership provides a 67% discount for chamber members, which covers vehicles used for business purposes and also up to 3.5 tonne vans. So that could result in very significant savings for you. If you're interested in finding out more about these benefits, we can obviously give you the chamber specific code to utilise that. So certainly worth thinking about. It's maybe one that you haven't explored, but if you are using a fleet or vans, then going to result in very good cost savings for you. We are able to offer a business mentoring programme. Normally Caroline Morris would be with us, but unfortunately she wasn't able to attend today. But really, if you're a new business or have ambitious plans to grow, working with a mentor can obviously give you immediate access to advice, experience, and a great network of contacts. The team at Business Mentoring Scotland will talk you through your business development ambitions and carefully match you to a mentor who has the perfect skills and experience to meet your needs. There's approximately 1,000 mentors throughout Scotland who are experienced business people from a range of sectors and industries, and each has a desire to bring something back to support business and the economic growth of Scotland. So if this is something that would be of interest to you, please look into it. It's on our website, but also happy to make an introduction to Caroline and the team at Scottish Chambers of Commerce. So moving on to Ruth, who is here. Ruth Hunter is here from the Business IP Centre at the Mitchell Library. So over to you, Ruth.
Hello everyone, and lovely to be here, and thanks Elaine for the introduction. Yes, I'm Ruth Hunter from the Business and IP Centre Glasgow, and we are the business information partner for the Chamber of Commerce. We can support you in a range of ways, from market research. If you're looking to access the British Standard, we also have a fantastic database, financial analysis made easy, that we can use to create bespoke business-to-business marketing lists. Many of our resources you can access from home as well, just through your membership, and we sign you up with a special membership through Glasgow Libraries, which gives you immediate access. Our team can support you through our webinar series to show you how to use the resources, and we can also organise one-to-one sessions. So quite exciting for us. We're due to reopen soon. So the Mitchell will be opening its doors again on the 27th of April, and we will be able to see Chamber members on an appointment basis. So keep an eye on our social media and website for that. If you're not keen to come in, we can support you fully via our business inquiry email address, which is business@glasgowlife.org.uk. The other things that we offer are an expert in residence sessions, and this is really a sort of offer for you, if you like, if you have some free time that you would like to share your expertise with new and growing businesses. And our experts give their time free of charge and provide one-to-one sessions for new businesses to help them start up and grow. And we currently have experts providing advice in intellectual property, legal advice, accountancy, a digital marketing expert. So if you have anything you feel you would like to share, it's good for your CSR. It's something you can put on your website as well, that you're engaged in that type of business. I'd be absolutely delighted to hear from you. That would be absolutely wonderful and really appreciated. Finally, I would just like to say one or two other things about other parts of Glasgow Life's offer. We also have a digital skills development offer called Glasgow Code Learning, and it's delivered in partnership with Glasgow Clyde College, and that's a free opportunity if you're wanting to upskill your staff in their digital skills. There is also an opportunity if you're looking to recruit entry-level completers of those courses, and they're skilled in various digital skills, so like web design, software development, cybersecurity. So that's another really good opportunity. And if you just drop me a line at business@glasgowlife.org.uk, I can link you up with the Glasgow Code Learning person at Glasgow Life. But again, great opportunity. There's a shortage of people with those skills, so it's a great opportunity to get in there first and to pick up some graduates from those courses. And finally, a shameless pitch. iWrite is back. It's been a hard year. So iWrite is going to be hitting your screen shortly in May. Totally different for us. It's going to be delivered in an entirely digital environment. 65 author events for an early bird price of £40. So it's a real bargain. So check out the iWrite website and our social media, and I hope to see some of you at that fantastic event soon. So thanks, Elaine and Robert, and just hand back.
Thanks very much, Ruth. That was excellent. Thank you. And obviously, we know today there's been a lot of information thrown at you, and there's a lot to take in. And it's just the beginning. And we'll share this information with you as well. And it's just the starting point of kind of maximising your membership as well. And remember, we are here to support you. And it's good for you to kind of see different members of the team, that some of the benefits that you get as well that are here. And everything you've heard so far is part of the essential membership package. And we will have some time for Q&A, so please put some of your questions in there. And again, any feedback or anything that you feel would be useful, then please let us know. But I'm going to ask Elaine to kind of go through the kind of partner level membership. So unfortunately, you're going to have to hear from me and Elaine again. I'll pass over to Elaine to go through the partner level.
Great, thanks again, Robert. I'm sure you'll be sick of listening to me, so I'm going to shoot through this. So my role currently is Client Relationship Manager, and I look after about 80 plus silver partners and larger essential members. So on top of all of the benefits of essential membership that you've just heard about, a silver partnership offers you the opportunity to engage at a more strategic level. You may be interested in supporting the growth and future direction of the city, or build new business opportunities to new relationships, or maybe interested in policy and lobbying and the opportunity to engage with business and political leaders. One of the main benefits of a silver partner is that you're invited to join usually one of our 5 policy forums. Over the last year, and in a bid to mitigate the impact of the pandemic and the business community, we brought all of those forums together to form the Glasgow Business Resilience Council, which has been meeting every Tuesday over the last year. This is a network of our board and council directors, our stakeholders and our partners who come together to share their challenges and experiences to hear from speakers on topics such as the City Centre Recovery Plan, COP26, and also to meet with political leaders. Sarah mentioned in her overview that we have the President 1783 network, and as a silver partner, you're offered senior representation on this forum. The home team consists of around 350 senior and experienced leaders within their organisations who operate in and around the Glasgow City region. And we also have an away team, the global Ouija's as we call them, and we have over 150 of them across multiple territories. And they have really strong affiliations to Glasgow. They're banging the drum for Glasgow and they're raising its profile in the international arena. So a really good network to be part of. Also, as a silver partner, you're invited to lunches, influencer dinners. You may be helping to shape the key developments across the city and establish links at a senior level across all sectors. Now, you don't have to be a large business to be a silver partner. We have businesses of all sizes as silver partners, but it may be that it suits you to engage at this more strategic level. And if so, I'd be happy to give you more details. And there's even more. On top of all of those benefits of Essential and Silver, there are also opportunities to become a gold or platinum partner. These partnerships offer you a bespoke package, and that would support your business's specific goals and ambitions. Through invites to exclusive briefings and events, you'll have access to key decision makers. Susan Mackay, who's our commercial director, can provide details on all our gold and platinum partnerships, and information about all of these partnerships can be found on our website. So that's absolutely more than enough for me, and indeed from all of us, I think. I'm sure your heads are going to be buzzing with all of this information that we've dispensed over the last hour, and this is your opportunity to have some airtime. I'm sure you'll have lots of questions, so please raise your virtual hand or pop your question into the chat function. I should say if we don't get a chance to get to you or have the answers, Robert or I or a member of the team will come back to you after the event. So let's go ahead and hear your questions. Thank you.
Yeah, Elaine, I've seen that Nancy has put in a question for some companies to maybe help with a kind of hybrid approach. So I've seen Alan's replied to that as well. So yeah, Nancy, get in touch with the team and we can make some suggestions for you on a kind of hybrid event approach. I've also seen that Martin Robertson's put in a question. So the question is, can you have a Kickstarter in place for 6 months followed by a second employee via the Step Up Glasgow programme, or is it limited to one scheme? Is there maybe Nikki or Jennifer maybe help with that question, or do you have an answer for that one?
Yeah, I'm happy to answer that. Yes, both schemes are separate, so you can run them consecutively or concurrently. It couldn't be the same person, however, because the Step Up Glasgow young people are sourced from particular avenues, and obviously the Kickstart guys are coming through Universal Credit. But you can run both at the same time, or you can kind of work out a system where you can take 2 on. So happy to discuss that in more detail.
Thanks, Nikki. And has anyone else got any questions? Anyone want to kind of raise their hand and jump in? Or it's a good opportunity because everyone that kind of handles the benefits that you get are here, so it's a good chance to ask and get an answer from one of the team. And it saves me and Elaine talking any further.
It's always good.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Sorry, it's not really a question, Robert, but I put a link in the chat for a webinar that we are running on the 22nd of April. So it's a free webinar. If anybody, whether you are a director of a company, a manager, a HR manager, whoever it may be, wants to find out more about wellbeing, is interested to find out how they can implement it, how it's going to work in your workplace, or if you are interested to hear more, I've spoke to a couple of people in and around Glasgow, HR managers, etc., that have said, listen, I'm really interested, but I don't think my directors would be interested, or they wouldn't have the budget, or we don't have the budget at the minute. So if you want to find out how you can pitch it to your board or pitch it to your directors, then I would recommend that you join that, or just for some information and advice. It will be really good. We have our coaches on, our leadership coaches. There's someone from my university in Sheffield going to be on. So there's a full panel on. The last one that we ran, we had over 700 people on, and it was really successful. The feedback that we got was great, and it will help with some questions that people have with how do you get people back into the office after COVID? How do you normalize things again? So I would recommend if anybody wants to join, then feel free, just click the link, or if you want more information, then just get in touch.
That's
Thanks,
great. Thank you
Mitchell.
very much, Mitchell. That's excellent. Great opportunity there. So any further questions? You're all very quiet. I'm sure your brains are just kind of befuddled with all of that information, but if there is anything, please raise your hand. Or
I just wanted to mention that Alan didn't even mention the best event that the Chamber does, which is the VG chat that I host on a Friday with Sarah, which I know some of the regular delegates are there, and hopefully see some new faces there. You're always welcome. We do that every Friday at 11, and it's some good fun in there.
I don't know if you saw my comment I just put in the chat there, Robert, but it basically said, for anyone other than the speed networking event, what other networking events do we do? Thinking, hopefully you'll mention the VG.
Yeah, if anyone's any other questions, then please fire them on, or just raise your hand. I know it's we'll kind of maybe run things till maybe 15:15 if we don't get any further questions.
You're all very quiet.
Hi Robert, it's Jim McEwen.
Hi Jim.
How you doing? Jim McEwen for Edge Testing. Probably not so much a question, but more of a what I found was excellent. I was on the discussion that was on between the Glasgow City Council and the Birmingham Commonwealth Games, and what it was about was the Glasgow explaining how well the games were run and how it was prepared, and the Birmingham folk asking a lot of questions about it. So it was a really, really interesting conversation, and as you know, Glasgow did really well hosting the games. It was just good to see us portraying what was successful, what wasn't, and how we can move forward and help them moving forward. So it was a really good event held by Glasgow City Chambers. So I thought it was excellent.
Thanks, Jim.
Great, Jim. Thank you for that feedback as well. I'd say over the course of the next year, you will see us doing some other events with Birmingham as well in the lead up to the Commonwealth Games, where Glasgow's sort of sharing some of our experiences with Birmingham. So do keep an eye out for that too.
Yeah, so it's one thing to know as well, we do work with other chambers across Britain as well. We do kind of regular meetings with British chambers, kind of working with other chambers across the UK and share best practices and different things like that as well. So it's good to kind of share those insights and work together on different things as well. But let's see any other questions. Very, very quiet audience.
Robert, it might be worth mentioning, just going on from what you said there, from a DYW point of view, we also have another 20 regions throughout the country. So if there's any options to any introductions needed in any of those other areas, I'm sure we could help out in that way as well.
Yeah, thanks, Nikki.
I would just echo that from a circular economy point of view. So if you're looking at sustainability, circular economy, there's circular Edinburgh, Aberdeen, or circular North East and circular Tayside. So there's lots of opportunities to get involved much more widely in that agenda.
Yeah, so if there's no more questions, then I'm happy to bring it to a close. And I appreciate all your time and kind of coming along today and listening to what the chamber can offer. And there is a lot that's going on here just now. So please, if there's any questions afterwards, then please do get in touch with us, and we'll do a follow-up email with everyone's details so that you've got them, and definitely keep in touch. But thanks very much for coming along, and we'll draw it to a close just now if there's no further questions. And I appreciate all your time, and have a fantastic day. Anything else you want to add, Elaine?
No, just to add to my thanks to those of yours, Robert. It's just a pleasure to see everybody here today. I hope it hasn't been too much information for you. Hope you will take the time to distill it. Please notice that everything is on our website, and just keep up to date. Keep contacting us, and we will keep supporting you. That's what we're here for. We want you to make sure that you are maximising your membership, and that was the whole point of today. So with that, many thanks to everybody, and as Robert says, have a good day, enjoy some sunshine if you can, and we'll see you in due course. Many thanks.
Thank you. Thanks to
Thank
everyone,
you.
the speakers as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.